We were running 10, Kjeldahl Nitrogen samples a day per, technician. And now we're, if we're on a busy day, we'll run more than 100. So we began looking for an automated solution for our wet chemical analyses at this point quite a few years ago. Pursuing traditional methodologies just costs more and takes more time, which leads to additional costs in staffing, operational costs. Our relationship with SEAL has been developed over, well, we're getting into the multiple decades mark. I'm overtly comfortable with the data the instruments are producing from a reproducibility standpoint, an instrument detection standpoint, the sample varieties we're able to process. They have staff that always answers the phone and will sit and work with me even if I don't know entirely what I'm doing or if I'm doing it correctly, to make sure that I get what I need out the other side. So as we start to utilize the AQ300, we've dramatically improved the number of samples that we've been able to move through the lab. And that's led to taking on more clients. So we've been able to essentially increase our workspace, the volume of samples we're doing, serve more clients. So we've had a lot of bottom line benefits there. And then from an educational standpoint, I'm getting more students in the lab so we can do more research projects, and kind of train more future scientists. So moving into an environment where you can run multiple chemistries on the same sample and pretty much, load the instrument up and make sure your reagents are there and walk away and come back and have, quality data was relatively surprising. The technologies in this are automated in a way that produces the same result over and over and over again. The AQ300 has not only changed the throughput from that standpoint, but also our operational costs. So, when you start talking about running some of these techniques, if you're running them traditional wet chemical ways, that's are overtly reagent intensive and sample intensive. You need a lot of volume. Moving into the AQ300 in discrete, chemical analysis, you've dramatically reduced the operational costs. And that also saves costs on the backside too. So now waste disposal costs are dramatically lower because we don't produce as much waste. We decided we wanted to stick with a solid performing company and technology that we were already familiar with, that we were certain worked. So I'd recommend SEAL Analytical without reservations from a company standpoint and a technology standpoint. The AQ300 has been rock solid in our lab. We've had a lot of operational use of it by a lot of different technicians, and it continues to perform.